because sometimes the way the data was collected or the actual data that they collected might not be completely appropriate or relevant to your own monitoring and evaluation. And the last bullet talks about information streams as an emerging approach, because of the computers, internet, and now social media. The way information is being transmitted from one party to another is faster than ever before. So you have to also consider that, right? And this slide just shows you the different modes of measurement that you can use in collecting your baseline data, and also you can also use these different modes of measurement in monitoring the progress of reaching your objectives. So you can do surveys, census, community interviews, field experiments, develop questionnaires, and conduct focus group discussions, etc. So there are a lot of ways that you can measure baseline data. Right? So back to the performance matrix. I've placed an example for each of the outcomes here. So again, the baseline, for example, if you say that with this outcome and with this indicator, let's just suppose, okay, that in your baseline study, you've discovered that the average daily customers coming into your CEC for the month of January 2010 was just 5. Okay, so it means that there's really it's really very important that you improve on the access issue. Okay, another baseline data, for example, is that you've discovered that the ICT literacy rate, again based on a definition, a standardized definition of this term, ICT literacy rate as of January 2010 is, if discovered it in your municipality, it's just 5. You only find 5 ICT literate people per 100 population. So or you can also report this as a percent. There's only a 5% ICT literacy rate in your municipality. So we have now 2 example baselines. Now that you have the baseline, obviously the next step is to now develop targets. Okay, so this is step 5. Okay, selecting and developing your target. So let's say that this is the target weight that I would want to achieve, just 150 pounds. So it's a specified objective that indicates the number, the timing, and even the location of that which is to be realized. The target is what you want to realize. Okay, so in considering what targets you would need to develop, you need to look at again the baseline. Okay, if your baseline is very low, how practical would it be to you to have a very ambitious target? For example, if the baseline ICT literacy level is just 1%, can you, for example, make a target of achieving 100% literacy in 1 year? Maybe not, right? Because you need to consider also your funding and resource levels. Do you have enough funding, or do you have enough resources to sustain your CEC so that it can reach its target? Do you have enough time? Again, you need to be realistic in developing your target. What is the political nature of the process? If you want to set your goal of ICT literacy, maybe you need to also connect it with the span of the administration of your mayor. If it's every 3 years, maybe you can select targets that are also that will also be achieved in 3 years, because you would want the support of your mayor and the other members of the political structure in your municipality. Okay, so most outcomes can be longer term. Okay, but I would caution you against this. Do not make your outcomes too long term. Don't make them too complex, because if you do this, there's a really high likelihood that your outcomes will not be achieved in a way that you would want it, in a timely manner, or even in a manner that will really reflect success for you. So be careful in setting a firm target, especially if the indicator is new, right? So let's again use the performance matrix to have examples of targets. So let's say if your baseline is just five average daily customers per month, okay, let's say that you would want to set a target that by 2013 the average daily number of customers should be 40. All right, so that's for you. In setting that target, you believe that you will be achieving this outcome. Okay, for the second outcome, the target would be to have an ICT literacy rate of 85 per 100 people, or 85% by 2013. So this is opposed to a baseline of just 5%. So again, do you think that in your municipality having this kind of target is too ambitious? So that's something for you to consider, right? So we are now going to step 6, monitoring for results. So actually, when you set you have in the start of the developing your monitoring evaluation, you set your objectives, you set your indicators, your baseline, and then your targets. So step 6 actually is the longest step. Okay, for example, if your targets is for 2013, so between now and 2013 you will be doing step 6. You will be doing actually monitoring for the results and the achievement of your objective. Okay, so by now in step 6 you should have already set up your results-based M&E system, and during the monitoring phase it would be good to really keep track of the progress of your CEC, because it will help you in really managing your resources better. So for example, if your objective really is on ICT literacy, you would focus your resources, human and other resources, to accomplish that goal, ICT literacy. And at the same time, you need to make sure that your monitoring and evaluation system is aligned with your annual plans and other work plans of your CEC. So don't forget that. And I would want to really reiterate that your monitoring and evaluation system, you are not merely monitoring the activities that your CEC does. For example, the literacy classes that you conduct, or the programs or the services that you offer in your CEC. Those are merely activities. But when monitoring evaluation, you should really focus on, looking for results. Okay, so for example, what did the ICT literacy course really achieve in terms of results for your students? Did it mean that if a person has become ICT literate because of your training, did this person have a better chance of getting a job? So that's a result. The result there is ICT literacy leads to employment, for example, right? So in collecting your data at different stages of your monitoring, you need to really be aware that good quality data has to have these 3 characteristics. Your data should be reliable, it should be valid, and also timely. So this is these 3 are really interlinked with one another as the criteria for good quality performance data. Okay,